So, what do you struggle with? Fear or anger? Once you struggle with anger is loud, it's visible. Everybody can see that you have anger issues. But there's one that is silent. It doesn't speak, but it manifests itself in the fear to take risks. That is called fear. Generally, as a general rule, which I know should have some exception, extroverts struggle with anger. You see, the choleric, the sanguine, they easily have an outburst of anger that everybody can see that they are angry. However, the phlegmatic and the melancholy, you can't see them angry. It's like, oh, these people don't deal with anger issues. They don't have any hidden emotions they are struggling with. I want to say they are also struggling with something, and this is usually fear. Let's explain fear from the angle of the melancholy. The melancholy fears risks, fears losing risks. Their greatest fear is risks. Whatever, how bright the opportunity might look or sound, the question is, what if I lost my money? What if? Someone says, no insult to the male, but bells could sometimes be pennywise, pound foolish. They so fear to lose money that they end up not investing. It's typical to see a melancholy, his way of keeping his retirement money is saving. A male can rather save his money for 20 years than go invest anywhere, which they are not sure. So they are so afraid of losing their money that they get stuck in the fear and they don't progress as much as God had ordained them to be. So the fear, it's a major issue with the melancholy. What about the phlegmatic? The phleg seems to deal with a lot of fear, particularly fear of judgment. The phlegmatic fear of being judged. What if I do this? What will people say? What if I talk and make a mistake? So this keeps the phlegmatic so behind because they just can't take the risks to put their hand up or to take an initiative, and it comes out wrong. The fear of taking, the lack of initiative taking behind is hidden the fear of judgment, the fear of failing, the fear of embarrassment. What if I try this? For example, let's just take a simple case. A French teacher comes and says, who can try the sentence? Cholerics, sanguine, they'll quickly put their hands up and they'll say, wrongly, yeah, okay. But the phleg will sit behind. I usually say, in a class, phlegmatic will almost never raise their hands up for no good reason. They are afraid of making mistakes. They are afraid of being judged. They are afraid of what people will say. They are afraid of embarrassment. That keeps them so locked. So people will usually say, choleric, sanguine, you're too much with your emotions. They're not defending the extrovert, which I am, but to also help introverts see that they're also dealing with a very difficult emotion, which might be stronger and far stronger than the anger that the choleric is dealing with. That is fear. Fear of losing money, fear of taking risks for the melancholy, and fear of being embarrassed, making mistakes, being wrongly judged for the phlegmatic. Things you want to pray about. Because sometimes we just think, I don't like this. I don't want to apply for this job. I don't want to do this business. But behind that thing that is stopping you, it's not that you cannot do it. It's that you're afraid. You have a strong fear. I will usually say the Bible has 365 times of do not be afraid. Maybe more than the times that you talk about do not go to bed with your anger, or why the anger is not calmed down. Why? Because fear is something that can destroy. We remember the apostles, they were afraid. They locked themselves in a room. They could not do the work of God. So fear sometimes can undercapacitate us, can reduce us half of our real capacity. When the Holy Spirit came, the fear vanished. They came out. They can now win thousands, 5,000 souls in a day because what that cankerworm called fear had been taken away by the Holy Spirit. As the extroverts pray that God will help them with anger, dear introverts, you have a bigger problem, fear. Also pray that God will take away your fear and you step in or out of the areas which your heart says, what if you fail? Because it's okay to fail. And I usually say, perfection is a prison. If you are so afraid to fail, you are afraid to succeed. because there's no success without failure. Hello.